Name is DJ, and it's time for another Premier League cast here today. We'll be covering the Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers game. So another appearance for Wolves, and there's been a decent amount of Man United on our stream as well recently. I do like to try to divvy it up now and again, so I'm not fully biased, but considering I have cast all 20 teams in the Premier League at one point or another this season, I'm trying to pick games that I think will be exciting. It'll be exciting for everyone to watch. And I have to say, I'm, at least for now, fairly happy that I went and did this game today, because I was planning on doing Southampton-West Ham initially, and I've been watching that game, and it's 0-0 in the 94th minute. It's pretty boring. So I'm glad we could maybe get a more exciting game for all of you here today. But as mentioned, we are doing Manchester United Wolves. So it's our second, I believe, cast in a row here of Wolves. And maybe a return to form in the works. We actually talked about this last night on our league's podcast. We mentioned it the last time we cast Wolves that they had lined up in a back four. Not doing so today. They are lining up in the back three here today, which is their typical formation. And so may be a return to form, but let's go through those lineups as that West Ham Southampton game has just finished here. We'll start with Manchester United. David De Gea in goal. Back four of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Harry Maguire, and Alex Telles. So Victor Lindelof, who has been a pretty stalwart presence in the back there for a while. I suppose stalwart in the sense that he's there playing in the back next to Harry Maguire for United, will be out today. Alex Telles will come and gives Luke Shaw a rest again in this hectic Christmas period. And another rotation of the midfield. We've saw Scott McTominay last week get 2 goals early on in the match against West Brom. Am I mixing that up with Sheffield? I think I'm mixing that up with Sheffield. Yeah, it was Sheffield. He and Fred playing that game. Now Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic back into the base of United's midfield. And then the front three, in front of them will be Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandes in his normal 10 role. Rashford and Greenwood on their usual flanks. And Edinson Cavani getting the start here today. He will lead the line for United. So again, some squad rotation from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but nothing that seems unhealthy to me. I think this is normal for teams, large teams like United with a lot of depth and a lot of players, and it's worked out very well for United so far. They have handled the Christmas season very well. They have won most of their matches. That 2-2 draw to Leicester, probably slightly disappointing for them. Hey Bruno, what's up, man? How you doing? But they did play pretty well in that match and are probably feeling good about their form at the moment. So the rotations from Solskjaer are working out here, and we'll see if it works out again. But let's go through the Wolves lineup as we take a look from back to front here. It's Rui Patricio in between the sticks. The back three is Roman Saiz, the goal scorer against Tottenham just a few days ago. That 86th minute leveler after Tottenham had gone ahead in the opening minute of the match through Tanguy Ndombele. He will be the left side of that back three. Connor Cody, his normal anchor of the back three, and Max Kilman going to get a start today on the right of that back three. Outside wing backs today for Wolves will be Ryan Aït-Nouri. We did see Marçal take a bit of a knock at the end of the last match, and will, because of that, probably not available for selection on short notice. So Aït-Nouri will be preferred to Marçal here today. Kayana Hoover getting, I believe, his full debut here for Wolves. Out on the right flank, so he will be the right wing back, and they will be on the outsides of a midfield trio of João Moutinho, Vitinha, and Ruben Neves. So Neves and Moutinho, who were very effective in that game against Spurs, will continue, but they will be joined by Vitinha, will also, I believe, be making his first start of the season. And in front of them will be a striking duo of Pedro Neto and Adama Traore. So we normally see Traore out on the wing. He will be joining Neto up front here today. No Daniel Podence in the lineup today. Probably getting a rest here. But a strong lineup nonetheless from Wolves, and as mentioned, back to their typical 3 defense system. So those are the lineups. We are a few minutes away here. I need to actually pull up the cast because I was watching Southampton West Ham on Peacock. I believe this one is on NBC Sports. It is. So we will pull that cast up. We'll see what we have today. I might try a slightly different style of broadcasting today. So let me know if you hate it, and I'll go back to the normal one. But I've been noticing on review of my videos, I've been kind of like sucking in a lot. Sometimes when I have like a cold or something, I'll be sniffling, and that's kind of unavoidable. But I've been kind of sucking in a lot because you talk so much when it's just one person that it often gets a little tricky to avoid all the sort of, little things that you normally do, but little habits that like you do to like compensate when you're like out of, what I mean, tired or whatever the case may be, or you're just trying to get a breather if it's like a big spell of possession or an attack or something. So we'll go for a slightly different style today. I want to see how it works and try to review it. But again, if it's terrible, let me know in chat and we'll go back to normal. That being said, we are a couple minutes away from the match here. Based on the lineups, I think we'll see a better performance, or at least a more steady performance from Wolves than we have recently. Based on form and everything going on, I think I'm going to say, I'll say 2-1 United. That's what I think. I think that's how this one will go. So 2-1 United will be my score prediction here today. We'll see if that does come true. Oh, wait, where's Brad? I need to... All right. One of my friends has been saying he's only seen my like 3-1 United. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I was basically deciding between 2 and 3-1. So you're taking the more bullish approach than I am, Bruno. I like it. But yeah, my friend has only tuned into my streams when I have predicted the score accurately and has not tuned into any of the ones that I have not predicted the score accurately, which is plenty of them. And so he thinks he's jokingly thinks that I'm some sort of prophet at the moment. So I have to throw my prediction in the chat for him. All right, that's done. Just a couple minutes away here. I'm going to refresh my stream. It's kind of doing some weird stuff on me again. This like happens at like weird intervals, and I don't understand why. Like sometimes it's fine, other times it's not. I just don't really understand. Sometimes when I load, hey Dino Pause, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. See, like it'll do this sometimes. I'm like trying to get it up and it just has like a not secure button in the top left, and it's like I don't care. it's fine. And it like doesn't show up most of the time. Yeah. Oh man. All right, close that tab out. We'll try again. Sometimes NBC, it's crazy that NBC like has so much power and money from this league, and that sometimes their broadcast just kind of is wonky. It kind of boggles my mind. Oh my god. And we're just ticked over to 2 here, so hopefully I'll get this working in a second. If not, I do have my phone next to me, so we'll just pull it up there for now. It usually fixes itself if I just keep plugging away at it, but just frustration. Try this out over here. Oh, finally got one. There we go. Okay. We're saved. Okay, teams are out on the pitch, so we are just about to get started here. Another start for Paul Pogba here today is one thing to mention. Again, we have heard about all the rumors swirling about his agent and whatnot, but that was the case a couple weeks ago, right after he had come out just before the Leipzig match, and he played pretty well in that match against West Ham, scoring a beautiful opening goal from about 25 yards out to open United's comeback. They were trailing 1-0 in that match all the way up through halftime and had looked pretty dreadful before subbing Fernandes and Rashford on at halftime, pulling out a 3-1 victory in that match. This is Pogba's, I believe, first start since then. We'll see how he does perform here as we are getting started. The knee has been taken. Players are back up, and we are underway here at Old Trafford. This one quickly taken under the control of Tellez. Wolves' opening attempt there over the top of Nemanja Matic did not quite come off. United will start in possession here today. Needs to be pulled down just a little bit. There we go. Keep in mind that Manchester United do have a couple games in hand over some people in the Premier League table. And they can climb very high up. Currently sitting on 28 points with 15 played. Or sorry, as they're playing their 15th match here. So they're sitting on 27 coming into the match. It's counting them 28 because it's currently a draw as the live score stands. But they're on 27. A win would take them up to 30. Just 2 points behind Liverpool on the same number of games. And they would be ahead of Leicester City in second place with still a game in hand over Leicester City. As for Wolves, sitting a little bit deeper down the table, it's been a bit of an inconsistent run for them. Some experimentation with their formation. We've talked about their back four not being the most successful thing for them this year. Some issues with the Adama Traore starting, not starting, as well as some injuries to the likes of players like Johnny. Marçal has been in and out of the side trying to replace him. It's just a lot of inconsistency on this Wolves team that does often thrive off the continuity of their excellent starting lineup. They sit in 12th at the moment. They can rise as high as 10th here today with a victory. Here's Maguire. Sliding this one out left to Tellez. There's a lot of room out here, does Tellez. Chasing back a couple Wolves players. Now gets some pressure here. Kilman along with Neves there to pressure Fernandes. His pass deflected. Has come back out to Matic. Good ball in behind here for Tellez on the far side. Here's the early cross and almost picks out Cavani there. Saiss in a critical position to block that one away. Very threatening cross and a good early effort here from United. The solid ball up the far touchline for Tellez. He lets it run across his body, gets a whipped cross in there. It's definitely on target to pick out the run of Cavani, but Saiss defends well, clears the danger there for his side. Here's the ensuing corner kick that not quite executed the way that Bruno and Rashford would have liked. Looks like Fernandes may have been offsides as well. That chance will fade for United. So here is Rui Patricio trying to get Wolves started once again. This one from the goal kick. Be interesting to see how Wolves do play. Is a 3-5, is a 3-back system, which is their sort of go-to. Normally what they do play, but the two strikers not always the most common thing for them. Typically they play around Raul Jimenez as the sole striker. They play with their dynamic wing players, Neto, Podence, Adama Traore, but the absence of Raul Jimenez since taking that head injury against Arsenal has certainly slowed them down. Here's a good ball for Rashford on the other end. Rashford driving here at Aït-Nouri. Sorry, this is Kilman. Good defending by Neves and Kilman. And now a cross coming in from Tellez. It's Saiss heading it away again. It's going to bounce out towards Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka up against Aït-Nouri. He'll look inside for Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes shifts play over to Tellez once again. Good ball in behind for Pogba. Top of the box, here's Rashford. Tries the 1-2 with Fernandes, but it's easily taken away by Saiss. This is 3 opportunities already in which Saiss has taken away has been very well positioned to snuff these out for United. But another bright start here for United. They've been criticized multiple times this year for starting very slow, particularly against, on paper, what is considered to be weaker opposition. They, of course, started excellently against Sheffield United. Goal in the opening couple of minutes from Scott McTominay. Picked up his second just 3 minutes after the first one. United having an early 2-goal lead and looking sharp here to start this one. Passing very well, getting inside Wolves' box and being generally aggressive with both their pressure and their passing. But here's Wolves trying to do some of the same, moving it around the middle there before Neto plays a ball intended for Vitinho, but Vitinho had cut his run just as the ball was about to be played. Bit of poor timing there, or at least unfortunate timing for Wolves in this case. Will be a goal kick to United. It'll be brought up by Harry Maguire. Here's Bailly filling in here for the absent Victor Lindelof. Here's an attempted through ball by Wan-Bissaka, but easily read there by Max Kilman. He'll take it away. Cody's moved this one out to Ben Neves. Now bouncing around the middle here. It's Moutinho. He's going to look wide here. It's Aït-Nouri looking inside. Had the supporting run of Vitinho, but was well watched there by Eric Bailly. Saiss. Good ball out to the right-hand side for Hoover. Ooh, good look there by Vitinho for the run of Adama Traore, but again, timing just not in the favor of Wolves. It came a fraction of a second too late. Traore had sort of moved his run a little bit wide, assuming the ball would be curled out to him. Instead, looked to be a killer pass in behind the United line, but the run and the ball not timed to perfection there. Results in the turnover to United. Here's Harry Maguire. Clipping this one out. It's Rashford. Slow overlap here from Tellez as he drives forward. Dances right around Ruben Neves. Still going. Here's Rashford. Top of the box is Greenwood. Can't control that one. Wolves will take it away. Now Vitinho, a little bit of room here. He'll slide one into the path of Neto, but it's well marshaled here by Eric Bailly. Intercepts that one and calmly takes it away from the pressure by Neto. United have it once again. It's Pogba. Over to Matic here. Maguire. Maguire again. Into Rashford. He's going to try to switch play here. That one ended up arriving at Greenwood's feet. He's driving forward now. Cuts in on the left, looking for the strike. Instead, opts for the pass towards Cavani. But once again, it's Saiss reading the game well. He'll knock that one away. Still with United. It's Tellez. Now Rashford. Turning there, but this time well defended by Neves. Pokes it away from him, and now Wolves can try to come forward. There's Traore. Running forward here. Runs by one, runs by two. Traore slides it over to Neto. Neto cuts. Looks for the strike on his right, but that one's straight at David De Gea. Comforting early save here for De Gea. Probably confidence booster for Neto as well. Decent cutback onto his right foot there. Gets the shot away, but always in De Gea's vision and came straight at the United goalkeeper. Pretty easy save for him. So here's Matic sliding it over to Tellez. Rashford looking in behind here. Good run by Greenwood. He's picked it up inside Wolves' box. There's a lot of yellow shirts around him. He'll force it back to Rashford. Rashford actually going to take, looked to be a strike there, but kind of skewed off his outside of his boot. May have been a pass to Cavani. Either way, can't connect with his teammate there. It rolls out for a goal kick. Take a look at this one again. It comes off his foot a little weird here. I'm not sure if he's trying to pass this. It looks to me like he's trying to shoot. Or at least put the ball sort of just right on top of Rui Patricio. Similar to a couple of Wolves attacks. The timing not quite correct with Cavani's run. Cavani arrives there late and it Rolls out harmlessly for a Wolves goal kick. Wolves now moving it forward. It's Neto. We'll go all the way back to Saiz. Neves. Good pass out to the right here by Neves. Hover. Traore. Vitinho. Switch of play here from Ruben Neves, but that one well read by Wan-Bissaka. He punches it away, but only as far as Kilman. Wolves will have it once again. Moutinho. Aït-Nouri into Neto. Continues his run, does Aït-Nouri. He wants it. Won't get it from Neto, unfortunately. He will reverse play back to Moutinho. Switch to the far side now through Cody. Hoover. Vitinha. Cutting back under pressure from Pogba. Finds Moutinho. Kilman. Aït-Nouri. Holding off a couple players here before Mason Greenwood nips in there. Slides it away from Aït-Nouri. It'll be a United throw. Good defending there from Mason Greenwood. Not usually a player known for his defensive astuteness. Typically why he likes to play on the side of Wan-Bissaka, one of the most defensively sound defenders in the entire league. Although, hold on here. There's a turnover by Pogba in midfield. It's Vitinha taking a strike, but doesn't get all of that one. It's pretty easy once again for De Gea. Finds a little pocket of space here about 22 yards out. Doesn't have a lot of options available to him wide. Just decides to have a hit. Again, doesn't quite catch that ball with its full force. De Gea sees it the whole way, gobbles that one up. His second save of the match. Attempted pass into Rashford. Here's intercepted, and Wolves have it once again. Good spell for them here in the last couple minutes. Here comes Ruben Neves driving forward. It's a good layoff by Vitinha. Hoover will leave it for Neves. Still playing around on this right-hand side. Great crossfield pass here from Hoover out to Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri's touch is poor, though. Picked up by Greenwood once again, doing his defensive duties. Laid back by Wan-Bissaka to Greenwood. Now Pogba. Looking for the long switch here, but mishits that one. Comes off the right side, or the outside of his right boot there. Swings towards Rui Patricio. You can see Rashford kind of gave up on that one from the moment it was hit. There's Kilman. Clipping one over the top, looking for the run of Traore, who's come to the other side of the pitch. He's actually out-dueled by here. Keeps it in play. Looking for options. Top of the box here. Neto leaves it. Neves striking. Punched away by De Gea. Still with Wolves here. Neto inside the box. Cutting it back. Striking once again. This one blocked by Maguire. Neto will allow this to run out of play for a Wolves throw. Excellent spell here for Wolves. This is the best chance of the game here as Traore picks out a nice pass to the top of the box. Little dummy from Neto allows Ruben Neves to come onto it with his full force and momentum. Gets a good strike away. De Gea even opting not to catch it. Instead just punches it out of the danger area. Ooh, and this might be a poor turnover here as United are coming forward. It's Greenwood starting the attack. He lays it off for Fernandes. This one will come over to Pogba, and the counterattack has gone, but United still have it here. Looking in behind is Wan-Bissaka. That one's partially deflected, but Pogba will collect it. Comes off of Kilman last for a United throw. And see what United wanted to do there as Greenwood turned Moutinho over. There were about 5 red shirts just streaming forward, trying to get that counterattack started. It's good work by Wolves to get as deep as they could, as quickly as possible, try to shut down all of the dangerous passing channels and angles that United can look for when they do counterattack. United have been extremely clinical, essentially for the whole of the last 2 seasons when counterattacking. They've been particularly clinical lately. Absolutely devastating when they do find some space and time in behind. Here's Fernandes getting a 1-2, top of the box, inside Cavani. Tries to roll that one to Greenwood, but not on the same page was Greenwood. Now it's Wolves trying to come forward. Aït-Nouri's clearance bounces off a red shirt and will go out for a throw-in. Fernandez once again involved in the build-up to this one. Gets Moutinho to leap into the air before beating him. Then plays the 1-2. Looks into Cavani's feet. But again, Cavani and Mason Greenwood not quite on the same page. Greenwood's run never arrived. There's Adama Traore taking this one off of Greenwood. Doesn't have a lot of options at the moment. Trying to hold on to it. And he will win a free kick for Wolves. Huge stuff by Adama Traore there. Taking it away from Mason Greenwood, and then under pressure from 3 United players here, able to draw a free kick for his side. Neves swinging this one out to the far side. Cutting inside's Hoover. Has Vitinha in support. Also has Neto, who he finds. Neto cutting inside. Neves. That one comes off the referee. Stays with Wolves, though. Moutinho. Aït-Nouri looking for a cross. Defended by Wan-Bissaka. It comes off Wan-Bissaka. Excellent work by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Once again, we talked about how stout he is defensively on that right-hand side. So excellent at shutting down opposing wingers, outside backs, wing backs. Doesn't give passing angles, doesn't give crossing angles. Always has that trademark sliding challenge in his pocket should things get a little dicey. Wolves have been chased back to their defensive line here, but do still have the ball. It's Connor Cody shifting it back now. Over to Kilman. Aït-Nouri. Still being passed around the back here by Wolves. Finally launched forward towards Traore. This one handled pretty well by Harry Maguire. He comes forward at the right time to nod that one away from Traore. Now United have it in the attacking half. It's Tellez. Slow build up here from them. It's Fernandez. Looking in behind here for the run of Cavani. He's managed to keep it in, but it will just roll out there. Cavani making a late run there. Spotted by Bruno Fernandes. We take a look at it here. You can see Cavani just walking in there. Just a quick little dart here. It looks like he is on sides. Aït-Nouri probably held him on there. The pass just a little bit too far for him to keep in play. It does roll out for that Wolves goal kick, but United have it once again, this time through Tellez. Now into the feet of Rashford. Rashford looking for a crossfield pass here. He'll pick out Greenwood. Cutting inside, Greenwood looks for Fernandez. Wan-Bissaka. Cross by Fernandez from deep. That one going to go over everybody here in Hoover. And Rashford will battle for possession. Hoover will just nod it out for a United throw. Not quite the delivery we would normally see or expect from Bruno Fernandes, but it's the kind of player he is, always looking for those dangerous balls. Always looking to either set himself or another United player up for a goal with those killer passes. Here's a swung in cross by Tellez. That one partially dealt with, but comes out to Fernandez, whose shot is blocked. And just talking about Fernandez, always wanting to score, always wanting to assist. Had no hesitation taking that strike from about 25 yards out. Was blocked away. It is what makes him so lethal. He's always looking for that pass that so many other players don't think is possible or don't think is there. Meanwhile, poor challenge here by Wan-Bissaka has taken down Ruben Neves. Looks like Wan-Bissaka was slipping as he made this. Yeah, you can see there Wan-Bissaka trying to put the brakes on and just kind of slips there. His feet come up and one of his cleats ends up in the ankle of Ruben Neves. Kind of challenge where had it not been a slip, Wan-Bissaka may have been in trouble with the referee, but pretty clear that he had lost his footing as both players arrived at that ball. "20 minutes into this one, still really one good chance to speak of for Wolves. Both teams have had a couple decent spells of possession and have looked fairly sharp, fairly lively to start the game. Bruno Fernandes upended here, play allowed to go on as United have it through Tellez. Now cut back. Fernandez has gotten back up, just on the bottom of the screen now. Still a little bit of pain from that challenge. It's Rashford. Matic. Tellez. Pulls it back to Matic. Matic. Fernandez, good flick on. Still bouncing around here. Decent defending once again by Saiss. Able to poke that one away from Cavani, but now maybe a chance at the other end for Wolves. It's Traore bursting forward here. He'll shift it out to Neto on the near side. Finally, enough United shirts arrive in defense, and Neto is forced backwards. Wolves once again in possession here. It's Moutinho. Neves. Saiss. Connor Cody. Cody is such a monumental player for Wolves, has been with this club for as long as I can remember. Quite some years, has been playing in the heart of their three-man defense. There's Kilman doing very well on this left-hand side. Clips one over the top for Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri driving into the box. Here's the cross. That one a little disappointing there from Aït-Nouri. Comes straight at Maguire, who's able to clear it away, and United actually come away with it. It's Pogba. He attempts to find a through ball for Fernandez. That one blocked by Moutinho, but it's come to Greenwood. He'll clip one over the top, but that one will not connect with Cavani. Will roll all the way into the waiting hands of Rui Patricio. You're talking about Cody and how instrumental he is to the success of this side. And one of the things that has caught my and some of my friends, roommates' attention when it comes to that back four that we've mentioned a couple times. Cody's so comfortable in that role in the heart of the three-man defense. He's not quite looked that comfortable in that back four when partnered with just one player. It's had been a noticeable drop-off in positioning and play from a man who is so important to his club. It's part of the reason that it does stick out so much to our eyes. It does raise some questions and conversations about, when is and what is the right time to experiment with lineups. Do injuries force them, and what? Moutinho standing over this free kick. He'll swing this one in from the far side. Coming into the heads, up they go. That one floated over here. It's actually looked like it was on target from Saiss, and De Gea had to deal with it, did so. Looks like it might end up as a goal kick no matter what. Yeah, it actually comes off the bar. This one kind of floated in here by Moutinho. You can see the heads going up. It is Saiss who gets a bit of a looping header over the top there, and yeah, actually comes off the back of the crossbar. A little more dangerous than I think De Gea initially anticipated it would be. But nevertheless, it does end up as a Man United goal kick. They'll move this one up the field quickly, looking for the run of Fernandez, and that's knocked away by Saiss. There's Tellez throwing it into Fernandez. Rashford will head this one back to Tellez. Still a three-man game here for United, but that one turned over to Moutinho. He'll knock it back to Cody for a clearance. It only gets as far as Matic. Rashford. That one blocked away and too hot for Traore to settle down. Here comes a deep cross from Tellez, but that one far too close to Patricio, able to catch that one very easily. He'll throw this one out too. It's straight to Traore. Good touch there, but better defending by Eric Bailly. He reads the pass, nips in, intercepts that one. United will come away with it again. It's Greenwood. Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Switching play over to Tellez. Maguire. Matic. Bailly. Wan-Bissaka. Pogba again. By Maguire. Slides this back out to Tellez. United just probing around Wolves here, but really haven't found any avenues to try to move the ball forward. Maguire back out to the left. It's Tellez. Maguire again here. United just slowing the tempo down a bit. Trying to keep possession. Possession at the moment not in really any dangerous territory. Wolves just happy to sit in for now. Let United try to pass through them, pass around them. United continue to probe here. It's on the left-hand side. Rashford drives at Hoover. It bounces off of Hoover. Comes back to Tellez. That pass from Fernandez was poor. Blocked away. And now Wolves trying to come the other way. But Maguire reads the pass. The outlet pass there intended for Neto. Takes it away. He'll move it over to Bailly. Pogba. Bailly. Maguire out to the left for Tellez. He'll smooth it on to Rashford. Greenwood. Pogba. Rashford driving here at Hoover. Cuts it back onto his left, top of the box. That's poked away by Neves. Great positioning there from Neves. Stayed with his man. Here's the clip in from Matic. A chance for Cavani. And that one going wide. It's a goal kick here for Wolves. And I think Cavani's header kind of took that away from Bruno Fernandes, who was better positioned at the back post. This is a good ball in from Matic here. Cavani's offsides as it is. And yeah, you can see Fernandes actually in an excellent position here at the back post. Cavani's header there. Slight flicked header takes it away from him, but it probably does also take it away from Max Kilman, who is right behind Cavani. Moutinho. Aït-Nouri. Back into the heart of midfield with Ruben Neves. Hoover. Driving. Gets that one away from Tellez. That's Neves. Sliding it back out to Hoover. Neves, deep cross here, looking for the back post. That's Aït-Nouri receiving. Now pressured by two United players. Looks in for Neto. Neto, cross away. That one partially deflected by Bailly, and Aït-Nouri's attempted strike is well off target. Almost sailing out for a throw-in on the far side, but was under a lot of pressure from multiple United players closing the shooting angle down. Look back at the replay here. Here's the shot from Aït-Nouri. Yeah, you can see Cavani and Matic closing him down. He realizes doesn't have a lot of time. Tries to swing a foot at it, but is completely off balance as he tries to do so. There's Matic. 28 minutes into this one, looking for some sort of break here. Again, really one decent chance all match has fallen to Wolves. Ruben Neves' strike that was punched away by David De Gea. Wan-Bissaka. Fernandez, Greenwood. Bailly. Fernandez. A lot of space here for Wan-Bissaka. He'll get a cross away, but that one easily read by João Moutinho. Intercepts that cross intended for Greenwood, but his outlet pass for Neto very poor. Greenwood's gone over in a heap now. No call from the referee. So we go the other way. Laid off here to Traore. Turned away from Cavani well, but he will be forced to go backwards. Neves going to sling one out to the far side. Vitinha. Hoover. Kilman. Aït-Nouri rides the challenge of Wan-Bissaka. Now forced to turn back, and Wan-Bissaka has gotten back to his feet and taken that one away from Aït-Nouri's. Excellent defending once again by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now Matic. Pressured by Vitinha. He'll lay it for Tellez, who goes backwards. Maguire. Decent pass out to Tellez. He'll look early and behind for Rashford. Closed down by Cody. Fernandez. Rashford. Fernandez. Tellez. Swinging one in. Up goes Cavani, but that one too high and easily collected once again by Rui Patricio. He's going to launch one forward towards Traore, but no chance there against the much taller Harry Maguire, who's able to nod that one out to the far side for Matic. Bit of afters there between Traore and Maguire, kind of pushing each other away at the end of that challenge. Keep an eye on that, see if anything manifests further. Wolves have taken it away from United again. They've moved it back to Patricio. Take a look at the possession stats at the moment. 57% for United to 43% for Wolves. 3 shots on target for Wolves to none for United. Really only one of those shots on target threatening in any way. But still a slight lead for Wolves in that category as Greenwood comes forward, tries to beat Kilman but cannot do so. He's come away with Wolves, a player down here. I believe that's Neto's gone down to no call from the referee. Traore can't chase down the long pass from Kilman. And it's Manchester United with it. They will put it out of play so that Neto can receive some treatment. Take a look at this one again. Oof. Yeah, may have just taken an arm or a shoulder here. He plays this ball away, tries to run and gets a bit of a body check from Matic. See if he... Yeah, I think this is a bit of an unfortunate coming together. I think Matic is kind of trying to do a normal body check to a player who's trying to play a pass and then run a 1-2. And Matic is quite a bit taller than Pedro Neto. So instead of his chest and body bouncing into Neto, it ends up being his shoulder that bounces into him. Here's Moutinho sending it back to De Gea. United will start it from their goalkeeper. You know, I was saying that this game would probably be more exciting than that Southampton-West Ham game. And, whew, if that's not a caster curse, guys, I don't know what is. Here's Pogba. Rashford trying to take on Neves here. Both of them just basically in a full standstill. Let's come back to Pogba. He's going to clip one over the top. Rashford trying to settle it. Goes for the first time cross. He's actually kept this one in play. He's been dragged here by Cody. No call from the referee. And it looks like the flag actually has gone up for an offsides against Marcus Rashford. Wow, that's a rough one. He's very much on sides there is Rashford in the build-up to that play. Take a look at what happened here with Connor Cody. The ball never crosses the goal line. Cody, it's not the worst contact I've ever seen made with a striker. But there is some contact there, nevertheless, from Cody. Definitely has an arm on Rashford's shoulder. Don't think it probably deserved a penalty, but and will not be reviewed as the early offsides flag did come up. And here's Fernandez sliding one all the way across to Wan-Bissaka. He'll swing it out to Greenwood. Greenwood cuts it, crosses, back post is arriving, and a great save here. Still bouncing around the Wolves' goal and will go out for a goal kick. What a save from Rui Patricio here. And a game that's produced so little, a moment of brilliance here from Mason Greenwood. He cuts onto his left foot, lobs a ball to the back post. Bruno Fernandes arriving behind Hoover, gets good strike on it. It just goes straight at Rui Patricio, who does still have to react quickly, and he does do so, closing his legs, getting down low, blocking that one, and Cavani cannot get his follow-up effort on target. Excellent save there by Patricio. Keeps this match level, and you're just talking about how it seemed like there was nothing going on in this match. Both teams have not generated a whole lot, certainly not a lot of quality chances, and Mason Greenwood sort of conjures one out of absolutely nothing there. That ball clipped to the back post was brilliant. And United now have the best chance of the match, blocked away by the Portuguese number 1, Rui Patricio. Here's Traore trying to hold off multiple United players. He ends up going to ground, but will not get the call. United to take it away. United still playing in around the back at the moment. Maguire going to sling one forward to the feet of Rashford. Fernandes cuts inside, looks for the through ball towards Telles. That one blocked away by Neves. Rashford. His pass slightly deflected, but Pogba gets there first. Moves it back to Rashford. Looks for options. Telles. Telles again. Good pressure here by Hoover. Wolves remaining defensively stout here. Again in their more familiar, comfortable shape. 3 at the back. Looks to be paying dividends at the moment as they have relegated United to mostly play outside of their box. But here's Rashford and Fernandes trying to change that, looking inside. But Fernandes just overhits the pass. You can see he's frustrated with himself. He saw the run of Rashford. He realized there was an opportunity there, but just couldn't get the right weight on that ball. Telles was stepped on there by Hoover. It was slow to get to his feet. We see the replay here of Greenwood's cross. This chance for Fernandes once again. Brilliant cross from Mason Greenwood. Just a couple step overs to unbalance his defender. Just clips that one to the back post, believing, really more so than seeing a United runner, believing that one would be there. Fernandes obliging him. Gets a good strike once again on it, but Patricio able to come out on top on that occasion. Here's Matic. 38th minute here, still level without a goal in this match. Telles will lay it into the path of Rashford. He's driving at Hoover. Ooh, he goes through the legs of Neves. Tries to poke it on to Fernandes, but is crowded out. Now here's Pedro Neto. Flicking it on to Traore. Has a couple players in front of him, but continues to drive forward. He gets by the challenge of Matic over to Neto, who knocks his ball forward, and Harry Maguire, deemed to have impeded Neto's progress, will be a free kick here to Wolves, just outside the right-hand side of United's 18-yard box. Yeah, I have to say it probably is a foul there. Ball is running away from Neto as he does take a pretty big touch, but Maguire's body just doesn't allow Neto to make any progress or have any opportunity to run that ball down. We see the replay of Rashford's opportunity at the other end, going cleverly through the legs of Ruben Neves, but was going to get to the ball behind João Moutinho, tried to reach in, was hoping maybe to draw some contact or poke it on to Bruno Fernandes, but Moutinho pulled out of the challenge, made no contact, and Wolves were able to take it away. Here's the ensuing free kick here from Wolves. Going to be João Moutinho standing over this one, most likely. Is Moutinho with Neto. Neto going to cross this one in low. Saiss at the near post gets a good flick on, and De Gea has to react quickly, but he does do so, punching that one away. And Saiss very close there to scoring twice in 2 matches. Again, he was the Wolves player responsible for the equalizing goal against Tottenham just a couple days ago. That 86th minute equalizer on a nice flicked header at the near post from a corner kick. This is a very similar situation, except trying to flick it with his left foot there. Gets it on target, forces De Gea to react quickly, but De Gea is equal to this one. Now Wolves working a short corner here. Crossing to the back post is Neto, but well watched here by Nemanja Matic. And that one will fizzle out, result in a goal kick for Manchester United. De Gea will roll it short to Maguire. Matic. By Wan-Bissaka. Dribbling forward, has a little bit of room to work here as Neves is sitting off of him. But Aït-Nouri will deflect away. Rashford's intended pass there for Wan-Bissaka. Looks like Rashford and Greenwood have switched wings here. Hoping to get a little more joy in these new matchups. Maguire. Telles. Matic looking to the near side for Rashford. He goes up and wins the initial header, leaves Aït-Nouri in a heap here on the pitch. No foul called, but they will put it out of play to attend to Aït-Nouri. Do have a extended stoppage here as we take a look at the replay. Rashford going up with Aït-Nouri, kind of bounces into his left shoulder. Didn't look to be anything too bad, but maybe just a bit of a bruise. Awkward landing potentially for Ryan Aït-Nouri. Does look like he should be okay. I think John Moss was worried that it was potential head injury. Was quick to stop the match. This camera pans to the inevitable Sir Alex Ferguson shot. Truly is inevitable. Any break in any United game at home, you know they're taking a shot of Sir Alex. So Aït-Nouri has finished treatment here. Match just about to get started once again. I believe it was in Wolves' possession, so I think John Moss trying to nope, was in United possession, excuse me. So will be given to Bai, and Nemanja Matic will get the match started once again. Here's Telles on the far side. Traore there to slow him down. Bai. There's Maguire. Launched forward here by Pogba. Good header by Aït-Nouri, but that one will settle nicely for Cavani. Cavani, though, has his pocket picked by João Moutinho. Cleared away here by Wolves. Traore fighting with Maguire for possession. Ends up on the dirt here, and a free kick will be given to Wolves. Not sure if that was a foul on Maguire or a foul on Pogba. But either way, will be a Wolves free kick. So you can see this battle between Traore and Maguire once again. Hoover. Attempted flick on by Neto. Is unsuccessful. Not sure he made any contact with that. And now a ball over the top here from Fernandes. It's Rashford running onto it. Is forced to check his run a little bit as the ball slowed down. We'll pick up the overlap of Fernandes. Here's the cross. Nobody there as it's too hard for Cavani to make any contact with. Wan-Bissaka. Over to Matic. Sliding it out to Cavani. Fernandes. Telles. crossing. Up goes Greenwood, but that one headed away by Kilman. Still with United on the far side of the pitch. Fernandez driving inside. Ooh, and gets knocked over by Moutinho, but adjudged to have gotten the ball, and now a chance for the break for Wolves. It's Neto slagging over to Traore, but it's not enough on it, and Eric Bailly gets back in time to intercept that pass. Look at Pedro Neto. He's furious with himself. Huge opportunity there for Wolves on the break. It was 2-on-2. Adama Traore was wide open on the near side of the pitch, and here's United at the other end looking in behind. That one knocked away by Nori, and clearance completed by Hoover. Vitinha. Good combination between Moutinho and Neto here. Good ball by Moutinho, is in behind the United lines as Pedro Neto driving at De Gea, tries to cut it back. It's partially poked away by Maguire. And now Neto's been crowded out here by the two United center backs, and they're actually going to play out of their own box here. As the fourth official shows us, we have 1 minute of added time in this first half. Fernandez looking over the top. Rashford is inside the box here, looking to get onto this one, but he takes too big a touch, and Patricio able to come out and steal that one away. Not sure if Rashford was offsides or not. He was in the clear, completely in behind Wolves' back line, but his first touch was poor. Bounced off his knee, went way too far away from his body, and allowed Rui Patricio to come off his line, collect that one in his hands, and quell the danger. That will probably just about take us to the halftime whistle here. As Kilman moves it over to Ruben Neves. John Moss takes a look at his watch, puts the whistle to his mouth, and takes us to halftime. So midway through the match here at Old Trafford, Manchester United 0, Wolves 0. We'll be looking for some more action and for an opening goal after these commercial messages in the second half. All right, guys. So yeah, I cast or cursed that one real well. That was a pretty boring half. I watched Southampton, West Ham. I watched the full game. I will say it's slightly more entertaining than that game was. Just slightly. Because we do have a couple good chances for both these teams. Obviously, United's one big one. That cross from Greenwood to the back post for Fernandez. Thought it was executed well. I think Patricio just did a nice job. Was in a good spot. It's a good save. But Wolves have had their fair share. You know, the shot from Neves was a good shot. I don't think it was ever beating De Gea, but it forced a punch out of him. That counterattack, I think, was more dangerous than it was given credit for by my cast, because it just happened so quickly. But the pass from Neto just wasn't good enough to spring in Traore. But I'd say the game plan from Wolves is probably working. They like to be defensively sound. They're comfortable in their three-back setup. It's not quite the 3-4-3 they normally play. It's more of a 3-5-2, but it works similarly. I think they're happy with the way it's going. They feel they can be dangerous on the counter. They feel it's not full counter. It's not like they're playing Mourinho style here, but they feel they can be dangerous on the counter. They're pretty positive in possession when they have it. They've generated some good, not great opportunities. I think the same can be said of United. More in possession, of course. But I say the game plan's working for Wolves is because I think Wolves would be the happier of the two teams with the draw, right? But I would say both teams came out of the gates pretty sharp. I think they've been playing well. Hopefully a little more energy, a little more adventure and verve in the second half. We'll get an opening goal, and I think an opening goal would definitely change kind of the energy and the pace of this match. But I don't necessarily think either of the teams are playing poorly. I think they're both playing decently, and it's just kind of worked out that they both played decently, but not well enough to break down the other team that's playing decently. So we'll see if that can change in the second half. I'm going to go use the restroom, grab a snack. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks again for tuning in, and hope you are enjoying the stream. All right. I think should be one more commercial break left, and then we'll be getting into the second half. And hopefully we get a little bit more action in the second half. There have been plenty of goals today, so we take a look around the Premier League, although a lot of those goals are going to come from one match. And that is that Leeds United West Brom match. So after getting absolutely shellacked by United 2 matches ago, Leeds, so Leeds come back after getting shellacked by United. They beat Burnley 1-0, and then today they dropped 5 on West Brom. 5-0 win for them. Those goals provided by Romain Sawyer's own goal in the 9th minute, then one by Alioski in the 31st, Jack Harrison in the 36th, Rodrigo in the 40th, and Rafinha in the 72nd. So another host of Leeds goals, this time by 4 different players. This happened again a couple weeks ago. I think they dropped like 6 on someone, and it was like all like 4 or 5 different players. Let's see. Let me see. There's the Man U game. Yeah, they dropped 5 on Newcastle. That's right. And it was Bamford, Rodrigo, Stuart Dallas, Alioski, and Harrison. Yeah. So Leeds have a habit of dropping or scoring 5 or 6 goals right now. But yeah, they did win their match 5-0. Teams are coming back out of the tunnel. Burnley 1-0 winners over Sheffield. That goal courtesy of Ben Mee. Then 0-0 draw between Southampton and West Ham, and that 1-0 win for Arsenal. Now 2 wins on the Kosh for Arsenal. What a day, what a life. Alexandre Lacazette in the 66th minute. All right, teams have come back out here. No changes at halftime here. It's the teams coming back out onto the pitch. It's Manchester United getting this one started. It's McGuire. Shaw. Cutting this one back. He gets taken down. Actually, there was a halftime substitution. Tellez coming off for Shaw here. And Luke Shaw has drawn an early free kick for United. Here's Bruno Fernandes swinging this one in, headed away at the near post by Neves. Thrown into Pogba. He'll lay it back to Wan-Bissaka, but that's a poor layoff by Pogba. It's just going to roll out of play here for a Wolves throw-in. This one launched forward by Wolves, collected by Harry Maguire. He'll lay it forward here to Matic. Luke Shaw. Rashford. This one taken away by from Rashford by Neves. Shaw. That one rolls through Bruno Fernandes and out of play for Wolves throw-in. Sent back to Connor Cody and all the way back to Patricio. He'll launch one out to the far side. Oh, bit of a miscontrol here by Paul Pogba's giving it away to Wolves once again. Here's Hoover. Hoover will ride the challenge of Rashford. It's back to Neves. He'll slide it to Connor Cody. Chased all the way back to their defense once again as Wolves. Launched forward by Seiss. Headed down by Luke Shaw. Quiet start to the second half here from both sides. As Pogba tries to liven things up, drives one into the feet of Greenwood. I think that was probably intended for Fernandes. Greenwood did manage to win a throw-in for United. They will keep possession. Rashford. Over to Matic. Shaw. Poor challenge here by Rashford as Hoover took it away from him. Here's Cavani. He'll be fouled here by Hoover. Pogba lofting one over the top here, but nobody from United expecting that ball. There's Neves sliding this one out to Hoover. That one deflected by Matic. Be a throw in here for Wolves. Throw in for Wolves. Knocked back to Hoover. Neto's attempted pass there to Moutinho is, or sorry, to Vitinha is not accurate. Come back to United. It's Bailly. Here's Pogba. Lobbed into the box here. Collected by Patricio. So it looks like Daniel Podence is getting ready here. There's Traore still driving forward. He'll lay it off here to Hoover, but Hoover didn't quite get his run going enough there. Traore's ball runs past him. Pogba lobs it forward. Oh, a bit of a mix-up here between John Moss and Vitinha. Moutinho. Vitinha. Slid out to the right-hand side here. Hoover. Slid into Vitinha here. Rolled to Traore. Moutinho. Cody. Free kick given here, looks like to Wolves, so we'll see a change here. In the 54th minute, it's a pretty early change here from Wolves. And it will be Vitinha withdrawn. Had a bright start to the first half, but did sort of slowly lose influence over the match. We heard his name less and less on the cast. And it will be Podence introduced for Vitinha. Matic. Unlobbed forward for Rashford, but it's come off of Luke Shaw there and rolled out of play. Will be a throw-in. Hoover here, moving it up the line. It's intercepted by Maguire. He just is able to turn away from Traore. Gets it back to De Gea. That's Bailly. Over to Maguire. Ooh, a poor pass here from Fernandez has been given away to Podence. He can't quite get it around. Fernandez finally moves it on to Traore, who's driving forward against three United players here. That one will be poked off him by Matic, who leaves a little bit extra in that last challenge as it rolls out of play for United throw. Decent work by Podence to win that one back, but not the most effective attack we've seen from Traore there. Now, looking long here is Fernandez. It's knocked down. Greenwood. Wan-Bissaka. Good defending here by Nori against Wan-Bissaka on the far side. Now launched forward by Wolves. It's turned over to Manchester United, but excellent defending once again. They're on that left-hand side by Nori. Slowing down Wan-Bissaka. Attempted pass here by Greenwood is poor. It's picked off by Neves. Traore trying to come forward, but Luke Shaw intervening here. Excellent sliding challenge from Luke Shaw. Here's Fernandez. Here's Shaw. Pogba. Clipped over the top here towards Rashford. Good work by Patricio. Coming off his line well. Intercepts that one in the air before Rashford can get a touch on it. You see the purpose from Rashford there. Plays it infield to Pogba and immediately bursts forward there. But well read at the end of the day by Rui Patricio. Ooh, good move by Shaw here. Almost gets around Hoover, but the last gasp challenge there by Hoover does poke it away. Now a foul committed here by Matic into the back of Podence. This one bouncing around at the moment. Collected by Shaw. Here's Cavani, upended here by Neves. It's Rashford. Slid in by Shaw. Poked forward here by Fernandez. That one comes off of him as it bounces between him and Hoover. Will be a goal kick here to Wolves. Still trying to find a way through both these sides. An attacking change made by Wolves. More of a defensive one made by United. Luke Shaw introduced for Alex Telles. But still really trying to find a way through in this second half. It's been honestly even a little more dire than the first half as of yet, as Fernandez finally finds a good ball in behind here for Greenwood, cutting inside on his right foot now, takes too big of a touch, and that one knocked away by Kilman, who finds Moutinho. Moutinho looking to the far side towards Neto. It's headed out by Bailly. Saiss over to Cody, back to Saiss. Moutinho. Nuri. Podence. Driving into the United box here, looking top of the box, but well read by Nemanja Matic. He intercepts that one, moves it on to Pogba. Now it's slid inside. Traore. Slides it out to Hoover. Podence. Driving forward is Hoover, just going into the United box. He gets around Shaw. He's a little bit too wide, so he does come back to Traore. Traore cuts inside on his left foot, cross back post. That one a little bit too high for João Moutinho. You can see this late run coming from Moutinho there as Traore drives into the United box, gets it onto his left foot. Only has that one option. Moutinho, not typically the player you'd expect to go in for like a flying header at the back post either. Typically that is the Raul Jimenez spot. one rolled back to Neto. Now all the way back from Hoover to Cody. Seiss. Cut back here. Rolled infield for Neto. Rolled light. Headed away by United there. Good cross from Hoover. Neto. Moutinho. Seiss. United have taken it away. They're moving forward again. It's Shaw. Fernandez. Clipped in here. Blocked away. Wolves again here. Held off by Pogba. Podence has stayed down on the pitch. Remember, he was just introduced about 10 minutes ago. Now down on the pitch asking for attention. United not knocking it out just yet. It's not a head injury, so no reason to stop just yet. Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Clipped in. Back post by Fernandez. Up goes Rashford, but can't get that header down. It will float over the top of the goal, and finally Podence can get some treatment. He's holding the back of his right leg here. So we see the replay here. A bit of a floated angle by, or floated cross, excuse me, by Bruno Fernandes. But too floated there for Rashford to really get power on it. He can't get over the top of it and head it down. So Greenwood's come off here. Martial has come on for Manchester United. Their second change of this match. Podence still getting treatment here after that challenge from Bailly. Oh, and Aït-Nouri is actually down as well, so that could be pretty troublesome for this Wolves side. Maybe that same shoulder that he hurt in the challenge with Marcus Rashford in the first half. Fabio Silva is up, ready to go. Aït-Nouri and Podence finally coming off the field here, both under their own power. Podence being a little bit, still a little nervous about that right leg. Aït-Nouri still holding his left arm here, not even the shoulder. In some pain here on the far side. The Fabio substitution change held up for now. So a foul committed against Anthony Martial, this one by Hoover. It'll be a free kick to United. Matic. Bruno Fernandes. That one taken away from Fernandes. Cleared by the reintroduced Aït-Nouri here, who has come back onto the pitch. I believe Podence also has rejoined. There he is, now pressuring Rashford. Here's Pogba, switch of play over to the near side. Up go the heads. Luke Shaw wins the header, but it's Ruben Neves bringing the second ball down. Neto. Good settle here by Neto. Aggressive pass attempted there by Neves for Dama Traore, but can't connect, easily headed down by Bailly, and still waiting for any sort of breakout chances here. There's Rashford driving at Aït-Nouri. Good sliding challenge there by the left wing back. Will knock that one out for a United throw. And now the change can be made by Wolves. Fabio Silva will come on. And it's Pedro Neto coming off. So fortunately, sounds like Aït-Nouri and Podence should be able to continue here. They couldn't, and most likely be Podence coming off for Fabio Silva. That would leave Wolves with one change remaining. Pogba. Attempted pass here from Wan-Bissaka doesn't connect with Rashford. Now Wolves coming away with it. It's Traore. Silva. Silva gets robbed of possession here. Goes a little bit late into a challenge with Bailly, but both the players appear to be okay. Slung forward here by Pogba. Here's a cross on the ground. Chance for Cavani. That one just cleared away there by Saiss. Good combination here by Rashford and Pogba on the far side. Good cross on the ground from Pogba as well. Gives Cavani a chance to nip in front there, but Saiss does enough to clear it away. Here's the ensuing corner from Luke Shaw. Headed down by Bailly, bouncing around, and it's in! We'll see if it stands here. The flag has gone up, and it is offsides against Edinson Cavani. The goal will not stand here for United. I'm sure it will be reviewed here, but let's see it again as this one gets swung in. Yeah, Cavani easily offsides here, along with Martial. As Bailly gets his head on the initial one here. His header comes straight down. It bounces around the Wolves players. Cavani does finish it off, but yes, he is clearly offsides on the replay. Oh boy, there's also a slight hand potentially on Connor Cody. I don't think that will stand as a penalty. I don't think it should. It really doesn't affect anything. John Moss still showing the offside signal here. So it will remain 0-0 in the 70th minute of play. It's Patricio sending it forward. Silva trying to settle it down. It will be brought down by Moutinho. Now Traore with some space. Looks for a short pass to Silva. Both of them not on the same page. United take it away. Good touch by Martial. Driving forward. Looks out wide to Rashford. His pass is short. And it's sliced away here by Kilman. Aït-Nouri goes right by Pogba. Pressure from Matic forces a couple passes around. But eventually Neves gets his head up here. His pass for Traore is solid. Now Traore inside the United box. Striking this one, but drags it on that left foot. May just have deflected here. Take a look at the replay. See if this does stand. Cut in here by Traore. Yeah, might just take a slight flick off of Harry Maguire there. Here comes the ensuing corner. Swung in here by Moutinho. Flicked away by Harry Maguire. Comes to the far post with Aït-Nouri. Crossed back in. Up go the heads. It's a great header there. And an even better save. It's Saiss once again testing De Gea. De Gea equal to it. The offside flag is up. This time against Wolves would not have stood even if it had gone in here. We'll take a look at it. He is offside. It does look like Seiss is offsides as that one is crossed in. And that is another good header. Does look destined to nestle into that top part of the net there. De Gea gets his hand up quickly, pushes that one over the bar. And the flag gives United possession back. Fernandes, good switch of play over to Pogba. Rashford. Lays it. Well, good combination here, but Wan-Bissaka going to get to this one just after Kilman, who will see this one out for a goal kick. Still searching for our opening goal and really our opening chance of this half. And as both of the good opportunities here in the last couple of minutes have been nullified by an offsides. But unfortunately, both my and Bruno's prediction of a 3-1 looking quite aggressive for amount of goals scored. Was a yellow card going to be shown here to, I believe, Patricio for time wasting? Yeah, he did. That's a pretty interesting one. We still have 17 minutes to go in this one. His goal kick headed forward by Traore, but nobody in advance of him. Easily knotted down by United. Shaw. Rolled. Bruno Fernandes tries to help it on to Martial, but that one's well read by Connor Cody. Now it's United. Here's Shaw. Good ball in there by Shaw, but it's poked away by Seiss. Otasawa here warming up on the sideline for Wolves has just kind of kept that one out of the hands of Bruno Fernandes, much to the ire of the Portuguese. Here's Hoover. Oh, his clearance is poor, but it does escape the attentions of Martial. He can't quite control it. And allows Moutinho to put that one out the rest of the way. Wan-Bissaka. Matic. Maguire. Matic again. Rolled into the path of Fernandes. Oh, Fernandes, good ball over to Paul Pogba. He's closed down by Silva. Takes a strike. Great save by Rui Patricio. Paul Pogba trying to do it again here. We mentioned the strike he had against West Ham from about 25 out. This is a similar distance here. Pogba has his first touch bounce up slightly for him. The bounce is actually very good to take a volley. And Pogba takes the invitation from that bounce, takes a strike at it, makes great contact. You can see that one fizzing down towards that bottom right corner of the goal. But Rui Patricio gets down quickly to his left, able to catch that one too. No rebound whatsoever for United to try to pounce on. And Pogba might have been pretty excited when he struck that one. Would have been disappointed by the quickness with which Patricio reacted. This one's slung out now to Luke Shaw on the near side. United trying to come again here. Good ball by Shaw into the feet of Martial. He's driving inside. Going to take a strike. That one blocked. Comes to Pogba. We have an offsides flag raised here against United. I'm not exactly sure against who. Here's Cody. Maguire letting this one run out of play as Cody was looking for Podence. Rolled in to Fernandez. Now Pogba. Here's a strike from Martial. Gets underneath that one. Goes high over the top of the bar there. It's a good combination of passes here from United. Gets Martial open on the top of the box there, but he can't keep his strike down. Unfortunately, probably the best chance we've seen this half from either side, really. That wasn't nullified by an offsides, but that's not saying much when the chance was a semi-difficult strike from about 22, 23 yards out. There's Fernandez. This one's slotted in behind for Cavani. He's immediately pressured by Saiss, forced back out to Shaw. Exchange of passes here with Fernandez. Here is Fernandez. Wan-Bissaka. Bailly. One knotted down by Hoover. Not a great pass from Bailly there. Now Fabio Silva with some room to run here. Doesn't have a lot of options in front of him. He'll look back to Aït-Nouri. Neves. Swung around the back here for Wolves. 12 minutes remaining in the match. Yeah, 0-0 still, Bruno. It's not looking good either for either entertainment value or, most importantly, for our predictions. Harry Maguire looking forward. Here's Rashford inside the box, steadying himself, shoots, it's blocked. Still bouncing around, and finally, Aït-Nouri will take that one away. And it looks like the flag has come up once again on Marcus Rashford. You take a look at the replay. Yeah, he kind of steals in here behind. I believe that's Max Kilman, who kind of falls asleep there, but it does look like he's offsides. Saiss does an excellent job here. Wow, look at that first touch from Rashford on his left foot. Just brings it down brilliantly. On his left foot there. I think similar to the way he did it against Sheffield United. Or sorry, not against Sheffield. It was the match before that. Just brings it down brilliantly. Settles it right onto the turf with that first touch. Allows him to strike it with the second. But Saiss is equal to that one. 0-0 still. They could have scored by now. Yeah. They haven't had a ton of great chances. I don't think either side really has. I kind of don't count the ones that are offsides. Here's Pogba. Ooh, Pogba robbed the possession here by Neves, but Bailly able to get there before Fabio Silva. Bailly looks like he took a little bit a late challenge there from Silva. United still do have possession. That one hoofed forward. It's Saiss settling it down for Wolves. Aït-Nouri, Silva. Oh, and a bit of a shove here from Bailly, and I actually, I think that's a little bit of revenge, if I'm being honest, and he's done it in about the best way you could as a center back, because that's easily the kind of challenge you could make where you go in too hard and get a yellow. But I think Bailly was not happy with Fabio Silva trying to win that last 50-50, stepping on his foot. That was an unnecessary challenge, to say the least, from him there. And he left a little bit extra in it, I would say. Oh, here's Aït-Nouri driving into the box, looking across. Is blocked by De Gea. Still inside the box. It's Maguire steadying it. Composure there from Maguire. I don't know if that's actually counting as a save from De Gea, because I don't think it was on target, but nonetheless, he takes it out of a dangerous areas. There's a couple of Wolves runners at the back post here. Beautiful ball with the outside of the right boot from Moutinho. Good first touch by Aït-Nouri. He looks to get it to the back post, but De Gea interrupts the path of the ball there, palming it away, and that allows Harry Maguire to settle it down, get it out of the danger area. Coutinho going short to Neves. Neves. Hoover crossing. That one too high for everyone. We'll see if it stays in here. It will. Nori will pick it up. Coutinho. That one swung in, but easily collected by De Gea. Far too high for any of the Wolves' heads there. A bit of a scrum for possession midfield. No call from either side. And it's United still with it. There's Pogba. Going to slide it over to Shaw. David De Gea's actually down here on the far side of the pitch. Shaw actually going to swing one in here. Oh, and yeah. I think the Wolves players pretty upset here because United had possession and didn't play it out for their own player. Wolves had it back and the goalkeeper's down, of all people. See, De Gea rolls it out here. Ooh, just backs right into Adama. Yeah, what a weird decision from Luke Shaw. And you can understand why Wolves are upset here. Normally, if you have possession, your player's down, you take it upon yourself to put the ball out of play. I think multiple people were screaming at Luke Shaw to put it out of play so that De Gea could receive treatment. He elected to play a dangerous ball into Wolves' box. Instead, it turned over to Wolves. Now there's no goalkeeper for United. And the referee stopped play. So that's an interesting one. I think it's fine in general, but yeah, just a bit of a weird decision from Luke Shaw. And yeah, would be a slide for sure. 2 draws in 2. Probably not great for United. They would finish today on 28 points. Would sit in 4th place, 4 behind Liverpool. 1 behind Everton on the same amount of matches, still behind Leicester, but with a match in hand on Leicester. So it wouldn't be the worst position, but it certainly wouldn't be as good as it could be. A win would bring them to 2nd. This one, Bissaka laying it off for Rashford. On Bissaka again. Bye. Fernandez lofting one over the top. That one well read by Nori. Settled down by Moutinho. In comes Fernandez trying to win that one back. Moutinho and Neves combining to break the pressure. But good challenge in from Matic, has taken it away. It's United again. Top of the box, here's Fernandez. Striking, it's blocked. Bouncing around here. Fernandez will try to win it back and will be fouled by Fabio Silva. Here's that good ball from Shaw as he picks out Fernandez right at the top of the box. There's a lot of space for Fernandez to steady himself. Claims that Cody blocked it with his hand, but there's just no way. The hand's completely inside of his body. It's just a good block from Cody, and then I didn't really get a good look at the replay between Silva and Fernandez, but just looked to be a clear foul. He just kind of swung around Fernandez. Yeah, home vid 1425378. Yeah, sorry, I don't allow links. So if you want to make your point, you can do it without a link. Here's a swung in from Fernandez, headed away by Wolves. Up goes Maguire, knotted down, still bouncing around the heads here. Martial. Matic. Shaw. Here's Nuri moving it forward. Silva lays it off. That's a bit of an awkward layoff there for Silva. Forced Nuri back. That one poked off of Silva by Wan-Bissaka will be a throw for Wolves. 3 minutes remaining here. I think Wolves, of course, would probably be happy with the draw here. As Bruno's mentioned, probably not the best result for United. Moutinho goes down, but doesn't get a call from John Moss here. United coming the other way. It's Martial waiting for the support of Shaw. He'll lay it out to him. Goes down by Neves. Cut it back. Waits here. Looks inside for Martial. Now drives. Martial tries to get into the box, but good challenge by Ruben Neves. Saw that one coming from the off, I think, did Neves. Wolves have slung it forward here, but Bailly is the only one there to collect it. Shaw once again. That's a mishit pass by Shaw, but he's fortunate. Cavani's able to help it on to Pogba. Cavani leaves this one for Shaw, but those two not on the same page. Allows Hoover to nip in, knock that one out for a throw, and now Hoover has gone down here. Hoover probably just getting some cramp here. He is in his full debut for Wolves, his first start in the Premier League this season. Maybe just not quite having the match legs that a lot of his fellow players do. Oftentimes, even if you are fresh and haven't played that many total minutes in a season, you just aren't used to going a full match if you haven't played one in a while. Probably what Hoover is having just about now. Here's Seiss. He'll launch one out to the right-hand side. Hoover will launch it long down the line. It's way too far for Adama. And Harry Maguire will just send it back to David De Gea. Matic. Maguire. Shaw going to lay it forward to Martial. Martial again. Pogba. Pogba cutting inside. Tries to get it back on his left, but well defended by Hoover, who was clipped by Pogba there. Free kick for Wolves with a minute remaining in regulation here. Comes Patricio, launching it forward. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Probably about 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, considering the cramp and injuries a few players have had for both Wolves and United. This Pogba lobbing one forward. That one flicked on by Cody into the path of Martial. He'll lay one for Rashford. Rashford poked off him. Can't get around Kilman. That's knocked out for a throw-in. So we are arriving at the end of regulation. See what the assistant referee has for stoppage time. Oh, and a miscontrol here by Martial. It's been taken away. Adama has been bundled over by Harry Maguire. Will be a free kick to Wolves, and there are 5 minutes of stoppage time. Maguire trying to... Ruben Neves, trying to get that ball back from Maguire. Literally trying to punch it out of his hands from around Maguire's body. Finally gets the ball back. Here's Connor Cody swinging it forward. Maguire heads it down. Here's Bailly. Wan-Bissaka. Here's Pogba. Martial rolling around Seiss here, still inside the box. Seiss just pokes it away. The critical moment. Seiss has been huge today for Wolves. At first, he was taken advantage of by Martial in that play, but he managed to get back to his feet and poke that one away at a critical moment. Here's Rashford trying to run onto this pass from Pogba, but Kilman will hold him off. It will go out of play for a goal kick here. See Martial a little bemused at that opportunity as he got around the challenge of Saiss. Cut inside well, was just steadying himself to shoot when Saiss cropped back up. Poked that one away from him. Three more minutes here for either of these teams to try to snatch 3 points away. If not, they will have to settle for the 1-1 draw. It will be United's 8th game at home with only 2 wins this season. They have been a juggernaut away, but still have struggled to get wins on the board at home. Nevertheless, still will be sitting at the very least in the top 4 with a draw. Certainly not the position they would want to be in. Would be second with the win. So Hoover will roll this one up the line. It's well read by Maguire. Now Bruno Fernandes is going to look for a killer ball in behind. It's been a little bit misread here by Kilman. It's arrived at Rashford. 2 red shirts in the box. Rashford steadying himself, trying to find the option, striking, it deflects, and it's in! Marcus Rashford has won the match for United in stoppage time! A huge deflection has taken this one past Rui Patricio. There's not a thing he could have done about it. And after 93 minutes of stout defending, of incredible tenacity from Wolves, and 93 minutes of goalless football, we have an opener here. It's Marcus Rashford, courtesy of a very healthy deflection, who has opened it up for United once again. He's on sides in the build-up. You can see once again, Kilman sort of misreads the fly to the ball. Rashford steadies himself, fakes the shot first, cuts back again. I believe it deflects off of Saiss, of all people. See it one more time. Rashford steadies himself. He comes at Ait-Nouri, cuts it back onto his left, and yes, it does. It's so unfortunate. It's off of Romain Saiss. And you have to say that's great for United. It's great for their fans. It's so unfortunate and so undeserved for Romain Saiss. He has been immense for Wolves today. He has been absolutely everywhere for them, both offensively and defensively. And that's just come off him in a way he can't deal with at all. It's just completely unfortunate. Rui Patricio's been given no chance. What an unfortunate stroke of luck for Romain Saiss and Wolves there. But United will take it. They lead here in the 94th minute, just about a minute remaining in stoppage time in this match, and they look destined to take 3 points at home here, move their home record to 3 wins in 8, and move up to second in the Premier League table over the Christmas period. Here's Wolves trying to find the leveler as it swung into Fabio Silva, but he's crowded out. That's Rashford battling with Podence. Bursts away from Podence, who just looks like he cannot run anymore. Maybe injured here. Podence can only jog. Pogba bowled over here by Kilman. It's a free kick in favor of United, and that should probably do it here. We are at the 95 minutes. I'm sure there's been a little bit of time added on here by John Moss for the celebrations after the United goal. But United will milk everything they can out of this free kick. This will likely take us to the full-time whistle. You can see the look on Nuno's face, absolutely devastated. All of Wolves have to be. Again, it was a match that looked destined for 0-0. Neither team had been able to conjure a chance. There wasn't a lot of incisive play going on in the final third. If it was going to happen, it would probably had to happen in something of that manner, an individual play, one moment of brilliance amongst a sea of sort of average football, honestly, in this second half, or a stroke of good fortune. And United got 2 of those 3 things. Marcus Rashford and that bounce off of Romain Saiss doing the trick, getting the goal, and almost certainly getting all 3 points here today. And that is it. John Moss has blown the final whistle. United find a way at home here in stoppage time. A huge deflection off of Roman Saiz, courtesy of the Marcus Rashford shot, has carried itself past Rui Patricio and given United the win, all 3 points, and the second position in the Premier League table. Wolves remain down in 12th. They will not sink further than that despite the loss, but it will be another frustrating day in performance for them in what has been an up and down season. We'll see if they can bounce back in the fixtures that are coming up. But today is a day of celebration for the Reds, for their fans. They've climbed up to second in the table. They are 2 points behind Liverpool. And that will set up a fascinating second half of the season as they try to mount a title run here. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to call it there with the stream. Appreciate all of you being out here, and hope you have enjoyed the content. We'll be back on tomorrow for the last game of this week. And this should get them off the schneid at home. Yeah, a little bit better than some of their results have been at home. But yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll continue to go with what's going on in the Premier League. So appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.